Eamonn Holmes has launched a scathing attack on young political advisers, questioning their ability to understand the real-world challenges facing ordinary Britons. Speaking on GB News, the host said, "The thing that would surprise most people watching or listening is the age and experience of advisers. I've spent many years around politicians, and then you see what looks like a 12-year-old sitting beside them and think, you're advising them? I used to spend a lot of time with the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland, travelling back and forth on the plane, and I'd look at their advisers whoever they were and think, how on earth do you know anything about Northern Ireland? Where were you born? Where are you from? You just think, they couldn't possibly know enough. They just couldn't. I'm not someone who believes that youth holds all the answers, but politicians seem to think it does." He added, "You haven't lived life. You don't know what it's like to be taxed more, or to have less money, or whatever." The criticism comes at a particularly challenging time for Sir Keir Starmer's government, with new polling revealing widespread public dissatisfaction and confusion about Labour's direction. A stark survey by Electoral Calculus and Find Out Now for the Sunday Mirror found that nearly half of voters believe Starmer lacks clear values and priorities. The poll revealed that 63% of respondents don't think the Prime Minister shares their values, whilst nearly half the population believes Labour is focusing on the wrong things. Only one voter in 16 said Labour's focus is mostly right, with even Labour supporters describing the government's performance as a bit mixed. Martin Baxter, CEO of Electoral Calculus, warned, "People think his values are unclear or wrong, and that he focuses on the wrong issues." The polling data paints a bleak picture for Labour's first year in power, with 46% of those surveyed saying they feel worse off than when the party took office last July. Just 8% believe Britain is on the right track under Starmer's leadership, whilst 55% say it's heading in the wrong direction. The survey of 2,665 adults, conducted between July the 3rd to the 4th, found that even among Labour supporters, more think things have gone wrong than right. Electoral Calculus warned that Starmer will have to convince people that the economy and NHS are improving to retain power. The poll follows a tumultuous week in Parliament, with angry backbench revolts forcing the government to abandon significant welfare reforms that would have cut billions from the benefits bill. Additional polling by More in Common has revealed Starmer's approval rating has plummeted to an all-time low of -43, following the government's £5 billion welfare U-turn and Chancellor Rachel Reeves being seen crying in the Commons.